again. Sorry for stopping the wonderful chanting. But I'm going to hand over the call to him so we can start with our session of Bhagavad Gita study, reading. Um, right now we are on verse 149, Bhagavad Gita. And I will also share in the WhatsApp group, both the WhatsApp group that we just starting the class. And so Prabhuji, my Danat Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. So Prabhuji, please take over.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, we'll continue shloka number 1.45. Vidimam pratikaram asastram shastrapanaya dhartarashtrarani hanyos tanme kshemataram bhavet. Yadimam apratikaram asastram shastrapanaya dhartarashtrarani hanyos tanme kshemataram bhavet. Translation purport given by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, were to kill me unarmed and unresting on the battlefield. Better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, were to kill me unarmed and unresting on the battlefield. It is a custom purport. It is a custom according to Kshatriya fighting principles that an unarmed and unwilling foe should not be attacked. Arjuna, however, decided that even if attacked by the enemy in such an awkward position, he would not fight. He did not consider how much the other party was bent upon fighting. All these symptoms are due to soft-heartedness resulting from his being a great devotee of the Lord. These are the signs, dear devotees. We'll discuss about them, of how the pure devotee thinks. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksharunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupaka Dhamaya Tadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasani Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Kripa Tamam Bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept some humble obeisances. Today we are discussing 1.45. Yadimam pratikaram asastram sastrapanayah tartarastarane hanyus tanme kshemataram bhavet. Here is a very important shloka where Arjuna is conveying his heart to the Lord. That, my dear Lord, I don't want to fight. I don't want to accept this battle. Rather, I'm ready to give up my life. I will be open armed. I will go in front of my enemies and then ask them to kill me. Because I don't want this ghastly affair. Please try to understand this, dear devotees here. Now, if a person is seeing this, it's a clear indication of Srila Prabhupada is mentioning due to these symptoms of soft-heartedness. Who has the soft-heartedness? A great devotee only has soft heart, not others. Now Arjuna is that kind of a person. Now Arjuna knows the rules and regulations of a Kshatriya. Generally, Kshatriya, if a person is a Kshatriya and if he says, I don't want to fight, I'm surrendering, then generally they will actually ignore that person. That person should not be attacked. But here, Arjuna, that even attacked by enemy in such an awkward position, he says he would not fight. He's telling, even if a person is attacking me, I will not fight. Please try to understand. No, today's auspicious day, Ekadashi, where we should try to spend our time as much as possible in doing Shavana Kirtana, doing services, and spend our day like that. Because this day is very dear to the Lord. So when we do that, Lord will be happy. Because Lord is happy not because we are doing. Lord is happy because our acharyas, they told you do like this. Because they recommended us to do like this. Through that recommendation, Lord is happy. Please understand. Our acharyas are very, very powerful. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here about the greatness of pure devotees. The example is taking the example of Arjuna here. Arjuna is such an exalted personality. Even though he knows all these personalities, all these people, they have given him discomforts, given him problems, they've given him so many unwanted things. But still, Arjuna is telling he's not remembering those things. Please understand. That's why if a person, let's say, if a person might be your friend or your relative, he cheated on you. He used you, or he used us, and then he cheated on us. So immediately we should understand, we should think that we should not think, we should have this consciousness. Are, oh my dear Lord, if a person is cheating me, that means I might have been the greatest cheater before. It means I might have cheated so many people before. Now, as part of that, the other person is cheating me now. So technically, I should be cheated more, rather the cheating is only coming little less. Because if a person is cheating me means it is actually sanctioned. It is sanctioned by the material nature. Without the sanction of the material nature, the person will not cheat us. Material nature sanctioning means who is sanctioning? It's Krishna who is sanctioning. Krishna indirectly is sanctioning us. Is sanctioning that this should happen to us. No, material nature is a way, right? That's an action. That's because we did an action before. Now we are getting a counter action. Counter action is a reaction for that, right? So if a person is cheating us, we need to understand, oh, I deserve this. People, because I don't know how many things I have done, how many things like this I have done in my past. I might have been so much cunning. That's why people are cunning towards me. I might have been very sinful. That's why people are sinning on me now. So Arjuna was actually where Brahmaji gives this information. Tatyenu kampam susamikshamanam munjana yavatma kritam vibhava. Oh, this is a problem. Oh, a problem came to me. Oh, he says, oh, my dear Lord, you should have given me a bigger problem than this. You gave me a small problem because I might have caused so many problems to others before. Because my nature is not good. I'm not a right person. I'm not a good person. I don't help the other person. Just like Jay Vijay, not Jay Vijay. Yeah. Jagai and Madai, Jagadananda, Madhavananda Prabhus. Jagai and Madai, the pastime of Lord Chaitanya, when they are completely transformed, their heart, I began chanting 128 rounds every day. How many rounds do you do? What is
128.
128 rounds? Thank you, Mataji. 128 rounds every day. So through that chanting, now they caused so many problems to others before they became pure devotees by the mercy of Lord Nityananda, their spiritual master. So they might have caused so many problems before, right, to others. Now they started chanting this 128 rounds and then doing some service at Mother Ganges. And then through that service, devotees will come and then they say, you know what, you have cheated us before. And if people will come, right? They will tell, Then you know what they used to do? They say, you take this stone, hit us. Because we are very sinful. Please hit us. Because we deserve this. You insult us. You put us down. Please. Because we deserve this. The moment Jagadananda and Madhavananda Prabhu, they started speaking like this, that that person, the other person, they were shell shocked. Was so shocked. His heart melted so much. Because purity is a force, dear devotees. Because these devotees are pure. They are power, fire. Just through that consciousness, that the other person heart got changed. So why am I telling this is, just see the heart of Arjuna, very pure. He says, they can kill me. I don't want this kingdom. Why, my dear Lord? Very soft heart. Prabhupada says, this is the nature of a pure devotee. When person goes and submits a complaint to a pure devotee, to a pure soul, what happens? You know what they do? Prabhu, you are telling me this complaint. I can solve this complaint. I can solve this issue without any problem. There is no issue on that. Definitely, I can solve this. But one thing which you need to understand is, Arey, you bought this problem, and then I'm hearing this problem means I need to know if this problem is coming to me. Now, Krishna is giving me an opportunity to solve the problem, is one thing. The second thing is, Krishna is showing me a way that, oh, I might have done similar problems like this. Now I'm hearing that kind of problems again. That means my heart is still not pure. I should become more pure, more sincere. Because in the heart, when this question comes, dear devotees, that I should become more sincere, more honest to myself. One should become more sincere to ourselves. Then immediately another question will come in the heart that why you want to become sincere, why you want to become honest. We should have an answer for that. And the answer is we should simply strive or to please a pure devotee, pure souls, or acharyas, or spiritual masters. We should try to please them. If that motive is correct, Krishna will immediately grant that. He will sanction that. Through that sanctioning, what is happening here, devotees? Here I'll give the example. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was about to devour Jaga and Madai. He says, where is Chakra? Where is Chakra? Where is Chakra? But Nityananda Prabhu, he says, no, no, no. They are nice people. They are Jagai Manjai, they are transformed now. Nityananda Prabhu is giving assurance. Oh, Chaitanya Prabhu said, no, they hit you on your head. What do you say? What do you say? They're transformed. They're not transformed. And Nityananda Prabhu says, no, no, no. They're already transformed. And Chaitanya Prabhu says, if you give mercy, then I will excuse them. Nityananda Prabhu says, oh, my mercy is always there. See here, dear devotees, what they did was the Lord was pleased because The Lord was backed up by a pure devotee. Please understand. Between Jagan, Madhya and the Lord, there was a pure devotee. Nityananda Prabhu, the spiritual master, the Guru Tattva is there in between. Now he's sanctioning. He's sanctioning you grant this person. Just like this is the heart of Srimati Radharani. For example, if a person comes to the temple and then he sits and goes, he did not do anything. He just came, sat, and then left. And then Mother is telling the Lord, oh, my dear Krishna, see, this devotee, he cleaned up the temple. What do you mean cleaned up the temple? You see, wherever he's sitting, he cleaned up that place. He's a good devotee. Give him mercy. That's how the mercy flows. Because other person has to tell about us. Please try to understand. Very important. Here for Arjuna, Krishna is both the Supreme Lord and also the spiritual master. Both are same. But in our case, both are different. Krishna is Krishna. Spiritual master is the other person who is very dear to the Lord. Very important. So just like the moment we opened up that shloka, dear devotees, right? We're trying to discuss this shloka for some time, and we're trying to analyze what Arjuna is trying, what is the heart of Arjuna. So how do we know that this is the heart of Arjuna? Interesting. How do we know that this is the heart of Arjuna? So many people in this world, they can interpret this thing in so many ways. Now, how do I know that this is the right interpretation? Yes, devotees. Anyone would like to tell? How do we know that this is the right interpretation? There's so many ways we can think this, right? Now, which one is the right thing? Now, who will give the clarity? This is when the acharyas come. Please understand. Otherwise, this Bhagavad Gita is there. Bhagavad Gita is there since 5,000 years ago. Bhagavad Gita came to West before also, before Srila Prabhupada came. But nobody became devotees. Everyone became devotees after Srila Prabhupada came only, not before that, especially in America. The sadhus didn't go to the West. Pure devotees didn't go to the West before. Because some personalities came before also. They also told Gita, but it was not connecting to the heart. Now why is now connecting? Why is this Gita more relevant to us today? Because of this personality, Srila Prabhupada. Now when he gives that purport, when we understand through his lens, how do we know that we are getting his lens? Spiritual master. Spiritual master will tell us which lens are correct. And no doubt we are under the belt of Srila Prabhupada, under his umbrella. But his pure devotee should tell us in which way we should think. It's very important. Very, 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 very important. Otherwise, we can speculate this thing in so many ways through our own concoctions. We can have our own opinions, our own way of seeing the things, but that will not help actually. What will really help, the words of the acharyas will only help us. That's what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here. He's mentioning about this. See, here Srila Prabhupada is telling about the heart of Arjuna. Yes, he sees everything in and out. Now, another question will come. How is it Srila Prabhupada knows the heart of Arjuna? Because that happened 5,000 years ago. Now, Srila Prabhupada wrote this in 1967 or 68, somewhere around that. How is Prabhupada knowing that? This is called as Guru Parampara. By the mercy of the spiritual master, they write. By the mercy of Krishna. By the mercy of spiritual master, they get the mercy of Krishna. Through that mercy, they write. Those are the words of the Lord personally, because because the Acharya is connected to the another Acharya very intimately, very deep relationship. That means whatever what their heart is actually given to the next Acharya. Very beautifully. It's important. We should understand the truth in this perspective only. Otherwise, you'll be baffled. So many people telling. I'll tell an example. Mahatma Gandhi, he tells, Arya Arjuna is way better than Krishna. Because he don't know who Krishna is. Why he says Arjuna is way better than Krishna? Because he says, you see, Arjuna is saying non-violence, Krishna is telling violence. Actually, Gita shouldn't have, the war shouldn't have happened. This is what he tells. Because he is in the mood of non-violence. Because his perception is that. No, through that perception, he sees the Gita. Because he has his own lens. I'm just giving an example. Likewise, every person has their own example, their own ways to accept the truth, their own ways to seeing the truth. But otherwise this will not work. The perceptions has to be clear. If they are not clear, then we don't get the clarity. Very important. If that perceptions are clear, then our clarity, then we get the real clarity because their clarity is our clarity. Through that clarity, we move forward. So, likewise, an important aspect which we need to think is this. What is this aspect? This aspect is to glorify the Lord. Now, how does one glorify the Lord? By knowing his qualities. Here in this shloka, Arjuna is actually expressing his heart to the Lord. Arjuna is doing what? Is expressing his heart. What kind of heart is that? What kind of heart Arjuna has? Arjuna's heart is very simple. What kind of simplicity is this? See, he is not seeing what happened in his life. So many people have done so many problems. So he gave so many problems to him. No, he is not bringing those problems during this conversation. Please try to understand this. Arjuna is not bringing those things. He is very vigilant. He's not telling, "Oh, my dear Lord, they have done so much problem to me. They've given me so much distress. My dear Lord, just let us kill them. Let us take this property." He's not telling like that. No doubt they gave problems, but he's not using that. He's not putting the other person down. What is he doing? He's simply aspiring this state of consciousness. He's keeping himself as a source of problem, not the other person. I'll give another example from the scriptures. Indra, Prithu Maharaj is doing yajna. He's supposed to do 100 horse sacrifices. He did 99. He should do one more. If he does one more, then he'll get the benefit. Now he's doing it for the society only, not for his personal endeavor. Because the pure soul never does for his personal endeavor, but the others, not for himself. Okay, he's doing that. Okay. So then what is happening here, dear devotees? Indra doesn't like that. What he does, he stops it in between. He stoles the horse. And then Prithamaraj is little upset because there's no horse. He again gets another horse. Again, the stealing process happens. Again, he does that. Again, stealing process happens. Then Lord Vishnu personally comes. And then he brings Indra. And then Indra submits to Prithu Maharaj and then says, please excuse. Now here Krishna is, this situation is very important. Now Prithu Maharaj is not envious against Indra. He embraced him. But through that embrace, when the Lord is there, Prithu Maharaj is not submitting, oh, he has done this, he has done that, he has done this thing, he has done that thing. He's not telling those things. Rather, what is he doing? He accepted him. For this, Lord was immensely pleased. I hope you are understanding. The Lord was immensely pleased. Because Lord is dear to his devotees so much. Because he has an intimate relationship with them. Especially with Prithu Maharaj. He's an exalted personality. And then he accepted. Lord was very happy with that. So the attitude in which we accept the truth is what is important. So the more we perceive that, the more it is beneficial for us. Very important. If our perception is, if our vision is not that, then the problem. That means if Prithumara started complaining to the Lord, oh my dear Lord, Indra has done this, Indra has done that, it's not good. Actually, Lord wouldn't have descended because Lord came because he's a pure soul. Just imagine, dear devotees, Lord Prithumara is doing a yajna and Lord personally came. You know how much pleased the Lord would be? Very pleased because his heart and heart was very. He was not even having a tinge of enmity towards Indra. Oh, Indra has stopped me. Actually, he embraced Indra. Indra was feeling shy for his mistake, but Prithviraj accepted him. This is not beautiful. This is very beautiful. It's so sublime. So, likewise, similar heart Arjuna has. No, he's not seeing the problems. He's telling that you kill me. He's submitting himself completely. He says that, क्या है इधर? What I have, do not have anything. My dear Lord, you just take away. I want to leave. I want to quit this body. Now, what is this consciousness, dear devotees? For these devotees, and that's what I always think about this. For them, surrender is very easy, which Arjuna does in the second chapter. And then through that, he moves forward. Very beautiful. It's so important. When we understand this, then the truth will make sense to us. See, this deep we should go. We shouldn't have even a tinge of enmity. If the heart is telling to be envious, we should never be envious. Why envy? With that envy only we came here actually into this material world. Envy is a very dangerous beast. Be very careful. Arjuna could have manifested that envy towards Duryodhana because they did so many problems. They gave so many problems to them, but Arjuna was not that. Do you see any sloka Arjuna actually chastising or Arjuna is actually expressing, telling Duryodhana has done this, Duryodhana has done that? Is there any sloka in Gita? No. This is a clear indication. He's a pure devotee. No, Srila Prabhupada went through so many difficulties. Do we see those things being written in the Lilamrita? No, because Prabhupada accepted that. He's a pure devotee. The question comes, why don't we accept? For example, our children are not helping us, this is not going on correctly. We should simply accept it. We should see everything as a presence of the Lord. Every instant which is happening in our life is actually the presence of the Lord. It's actually His mercy. His manifestation is coming into our life. There's a health issue, this issue, that issue, financial issue, everything is the mercy of the Lord. We cannot proclaim anything else other than this because this is a secret. It's very, very important, dear devotees. So the more we understand this, the more we can perceive. Beautiful. Never be envious towards any living entity in this. Adveshta Sarabhutana Maitra Karuniyavacha. First thing is Advaishta, non-envious. Never talk ill about other devotees. Never. You know who stay in the moment? Whoever does this. Never ever speak ill about other devotees. Oh, this devotee has done like that. This devotee has fallen. This devotee left that moment. This devotee did this sinful activity. That devotee did this. No, no, no. Don't discuss any of those things. Never. Be simple. Very, very important. Because that's what we learn through this teaching, dear devotee, through these personalities. That this is what we should learn. This is what the inspiration is coming. Yes, Arjuna's heart and heart, he says, oh my dear Lord, I want to give up my life. What is this, dear devotees? On one side, they have done so much problems. They gave so many problems to them. He should be furious. He's a Kshatriya. He should be very furious. But he's telling, no, no, my dear Lord, I want to quit my life. What is this? Such a beautiful consciousness. And Krishna says that that is also not right. Should move forward. Wow, what is this? It's great, huh? Beautiful consciousness. Just we need to pursue. So, Arjuna's life lesson is the greatest lesson for us. Because that's what Srila Prabhupada very clearly proclaimed to us, that we should accept the truth in this way. We should perceive this in this way. We should understand the truth in this way, through the lens of our Acharya. That is what Srila Prabhupada is telling us, a simple heart. Now, if a person is soft-hearted, he will learn the other soft-hearted person, because Prabhupada is that kind of a person. It's very simple, soft-hearted. That's why you could understand the other person. That means even person, the pastime happened 5,000 years ago, still Prabhupada understood the heart of Arjuna. Then he wrote that. Very beautiful purport. So this is how we need to understand the truth. Never be envious towards anyone. Just we should practice our process, chant Hare Krishna, hear, read Bhagavatam, go to your temple, do some service, come back. Do not speak any ill about any other devotee. If any devotee is speaking ill about the other devotee, go away from that place. That's it. This is what you should do. And you should protect yourself and then move forward in Krishna consciousness and then finish the business in this life, come back to God. You should remember these personalities. Hare Krishna. When we develop this consciousness, Krishna will be immensely pleased. For sure. Because Krishna personality tells in Gita, Advaisha Sarabhutana, Maitra Karanayacha, Nirmama Nirankara, Samadukka, Sukakshana. Yome Bhakta Samay Priya. These personalities are dear to me. Hare Krishna. So I'll stop here. Anyone has any questions? Any comments? Would like to add, share? Happy Ekadashi to everyone.
Happy Kadashi, Prabhuji. Madanat Pranam, all Krishna Prabhupada Guru Maharaj. So,
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
when you Hare Krishna, when you mentioned that don't talk ill about any devotees, and generally devotees are not so much in the mode of like the three modes and things like that. But how do we understand about people who are not devotees? And we are seeing them that they're breaking regulations and all that is happening. So in reference to that also, like will we get negative karma for people who are like not following the Hare Krishna, or can you emphasize a little bit on that also? I mean, how do we have the same samdarshi vision, that whether it's a devotee or non-devotee? Because I was hearing one class yesterday in the same context from my god sister Nitai Sevni Mataji, and she said that people are different in the temple, and then when they go out and they're different. They're very nice, Hari Bol, and outside they're different. But we should be same whether we're in the temple or outside. So in that context, I heard that yesterday, and today, that so I kind of summed up one question which I wanted to say. And even if suppose we are not able to, keep that same. We are trying to be very careful because devotees have said that not to create any offenses against devotees. But then we say, oh, this person is not devotee, so it's okay. Him or her I can say, they are like not karmi people, like we call it. So how we can keep the same vision towards both of them?
No, actually, if one really practices Krishna consciousness, he will see offense comes through envy. Please try to understand. Offense only comes through envy. Duryodhana was envious towards Vidura. So Duryodhana offended Vidura. That is an offense. Because he is sent away from the home. Offense is only manifested when we have heart and heart, we have envy towards them. For example, if I'm telling a person, Baba, you are watching movies, that is not good. If you have a relationship with that person, you should tell, you're watching movies, this is not good. Why don't you come to our temple? Just practice. Why don't you come? Why don't you come and hear? Why don't you take up this process? That's not judging. That's not offending also. Because we are trying to find a fault. But that happens only if you have a relationship. For example, if you there's a Tom, Dick, and Harry, there's some person we don't know. That's we don't go and dwell, we don't go and tell them, that's not our, it's not our thing. Right? And that is not an offense also. Right? So in the point of Samadarshi, which you're talking about, that Samadarshi, that Samadarshi is a pure devotee state. Might not be there yet. At least at this state, what we should do is we should at least be non-envious towards everyone. This can be done easily. It's not a problem. Or we might not develop what Arjuna has developed or manifested through his consciousness in this particular shloka. We might not develop that, but at least we can be non-envious with everyone. That can be done. Now, if a person is not a devotee, then obviously compassion will come, because if we are really taking the process, we feel, pity on him because he's suffering so much in this material world. Because we know, because we experience that ourselves. When we do not practice Krishna consciousness nicely, we will also suffer so much, which we have experienced through the process of practicing Krishna consciousness. Because the material nature will not leave anyone. When we experience that to us, and what to speak of a person who doesn't practice Krishna consciousness, how much material nature is shattering him left and right? Unlimited ways. Then where is the question of enmity? We begin, actually, we do a simple prayer in the heart. My dear Lord, please help this person. Simple thing. My dear Lord, please help him. That's it. And then you just move forward with your business. From that perspective, that is also some other issue only. From our level. First thing is we are non-envious towards them. And then the second thing what we are doing is we are doing a simple prayer because we understand Krishna consciousness is the only thing which will give happiness in this world. Nothing else will give happiness. A person will only come if a person is in that state, then only he can do this. First, if we come to this state that Krishna consciousness is the only thing, nothing else works. This is the only thing which will give solace to me. If we come to this state, then obviously we will see that person and then we'll have pity on him. We'll do a small prayer in our heart and heart. Where is the question of enmity towards him? There's no enmity. Indra was envious towards Prithu Maharaj. That's why it became an offense. Because he felt that if, if he does 100 horse sacrifices, then he'll be superior than me. That he did out of envy, which is not right. That's why if you see, Krishna did not correct Indra. Krishna just brought Indra. Either Krishna gave instruction to Prithu Maharaj, because Prithu Maharaj was in a position of acceptance. Because Lord can only give him because he's in that state. Otherwise, he will not give. Is that okay, Amma? Understand?
Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, when you say that you have to remove enviousness, now where does this enviousness crop up? Is it because that the other person has more, other person has got more wealth, other person is more beautiful, and
Yes.
that is the end, or is there some other
Correct.
causes
That
of
is envy. That is
sorry?
envy. That is envy. What you said is absolutely right. There are two things, right? Jealous and envy. They
Huh.
work in an opposite way. Jealous is what means what, for example, if let's say Mataji, a wife is thinking about the husband. Oh, my husband is talking to this girl. Oh, he might have some relationship with him, or my husband might leave me. She has him in his life, but she has an insecurity that her husband might leave. This is called a jealous,
Jealous. Yeah.
right? Because she has him.
Hmm.
She has a problem in her heart that he might leave. Mantra has jealous towards Kai. Mantra has jealous. Because why? She was thinking, she was feeling insecure. That's why she provoked Kai. And that jealous disturbed the entire Ayodhya.
Hmm.
Here Indra is not jealous, is envy. Now, how is Indra's thing envy here? Because he thinks that his thing, he doesn't have that. He thinks that the other person will become big. Out of enmity, he stopped him. You understand the difference? Jealous is what we have, losing it.
Hmm.
Envy is what we not have, putting him down.
Yes. So both of them, insecurity is there in both of them. Common factor.
Yes. Common factor is insecurity, and there are so many other reasons also.
Hmm.
Insecurity is one among them. Now, I might be envious towards the other person if he has name, fame, profit, so many other things, some other additional material qualities. I might be envious for that also. Because if I'm hankering for that, if the other person has that, then I'll be envious towards him. Making sense. For example, if you're a great preacher, if I'm also preaching, but I'm not speaking as good as you, then I might be envious towards you because I do not have that. Right?
Yes.
Making sense? Amma?
Yes. Yes.
That's how it works. So we should be very careful. That's why Krishna says first you need to corrupt this advaishta, non-envious. We should be never be insecure. Because when Krishna is not there, when our acharyas are not there in our life, this insecurity will not go. When they are in our life, then this insecurity will not trouble us. That means inside and outside, both we will be same. That means doesn't matter we're at the temple, we're outside, we're at the home, we're alone. Every moment we'll be secured. Because at every moment we want to please them.
Yes.
Yes. Is that okay? No?
Thank you so much for bringing up the point about jealousy, like you said, that you already possess. Like husband, and the other one you're not possessing, and you're like thinking, "Mere paas ye nahi hai, wo nahi hai," and then you are like, feeling like that. But Prabhuji, one more thing is there. However much wealth, beauty, fame, and extra,
Hmm.
etc., people have, but
Hmm.
if they don't have Krishna consciousness, then what do they have? They have nothing.
कुछ काम का नहीं है वो, यूजफुल है, यूजलेस है वो
Useless.
वो
Yeah.
कुछ काम का नहीं है वो. It doesn't have any existence.
Yes.
It's like a person who is diseased, who has diabetes. He has diabetes, but he has so much wealth. He cannot eat sweets.
Hmm.
It's like that. We have so much, but there is no Krishna consciousness. It's useless. कुछ काम का नहीं है. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for.
Always think about this.
We have to remove enviousness and jealousy completely,
Yes.
and
Yes.
for
And,
everyone
and,
in our life.
and, and we should do this to please Srila Prabhupada. Please
Yes.
understand this.
Yes. Yes.
Because he is our master. we should please for him. We should do this for his pleasure. If we do it for his pleasure, we can easily win. Within a moment, we'll come out of it. And we should think that if I do this, my spiritual master will be happy.
Yes.
If I do this, my Guru Maharaj will be happy. If I do this, my initiating spiritual master, they'll be happy. This is how you develop relationship with them. This is how we actually come out of them. Should always think about that. Any thought process which is coming into our heart, am I jealous? Am I envious towards this? We should check like this. We should check our heart like this. Check karna hai aisa. If we check like this, what happens is, then we understand. Then we know pani pani hai, दूध kya hai. We can differentiate what is milk and what is water. Then we can avoid what has to be avoided. Well, it's a great science actually, Krishna consciousness. Very beautiful science.
Very
And
true.
this enviousness is so subtle, Prabhuji. Like even if you are envious of somebody for some reason, it affects the sadhana also. Because
Perfect. Right.
you keep it's like manan. You keep thinking about it always. Just like
Yes.
Kansa was always thinking about Krishna, even in the jealous.
Correct.
So that is another thing, and it affects your daily routine. You cannot do the bhakti.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. Hare Krishna. I think I'll stop here. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you
Hare Krishna.
for your association. Vancha kalpatarubhascha
Vanchakalpatarubhascha pavanebhyo Vishnavebhyo namo namah.
namo namah. Ananda Koti Vaishnav.
Vishwavand ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
His Grace.
His Grace Nil Govindas Prabhuji ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Everybody,
Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
everybody please join tomorrow again for Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Bol.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Radha.
Hare Krishna, Radha. Hare Krishna.
It's okay.
So sweet. Okay,
Yeah,
ma'am.
okay.